Hi friends, I'm Coda Boy, and today we will learn how to make this Space Invaders game on Scratch. So, let's get started. First, we will need our shooter, for which we'll go to Sprites and select the rocket sprite. Make its size a bit smaller. Now, we want the rocket to stay at the bottom of the screen and only move left and right. For this, we will bring the if then block from the control tab. Then, from the Sensing tab, we will bring the key pressed block and insert it into the condition holder. From the drop down option, select right arrow. Then, from the Motions tab, we will bring the Change X Y option and place it here. Insert the value 10. If you want to understand X and Y coordinates well, you should definitely watch those videos. The link is also included in the description box. Now, we will create another similar set of blocks. Instead of the right key, we will use the left key and change the x value from 10 to -10. This means when the right key is pressed, the rocket will take 10 steps to the right, and when the left key is pressed, it will move to the left. Now we will insert this entire code block into a forever loop so the rocket does not stop after moving just once. At the very top, we will add when flat clicked from the Events tab. Here, the code for our rocket's movement is complete. Now, let's move on to our fire, which is what we will shoot from the rocket. For this, I am choosing the ball sprite. We will also make its size smaller here. When we shoot, it will move upwards. For this, we will bring the Change Y block from the Motion tab and insert the value 10. We can control its speed by increasing or decreasing this value. We want this ball to keep moving until it either hits our enemy or goes all the way to the top. For this, we will bring the repeat until block, and from the operators tab, we will insert this or that block. Then we will go to the sensing tab and insert the touching code block into both sides of this block. In the first one, we will choose edge, meaning until the ball reaches the top. And before selecting the other, we need to add another sprite, which will be our enemy. We will change the names of our sprites here to make it easier for us. Now back in our Fires script, we will choose the enemy sprite option from the drop down. Now outside this loop, we will add a hide block from looks. So as soon as the sprite touches an edge or an enemy, the loop ends and it hides. Now if we are hiding, we need to show it first, right? For that, we will bring the go to code block from motion and select the rocket option in it. And below that, we will add the show block. We will join this entire section above the repeat loop. Now in this game, we want that when I fire, another fire happens after a few seconds. Meaning, two fires happen with one click with a small time difference. For this, we will use cloning. Before moving forward, let's understand the concept of clones. In the Control tab, there are three clone code blocks. Create clone of. It allows us to create a clone, means copy or duplicate of the same sprite or another sprite. Delete this clone. It allows us to delete the copy. The original sprite is not deleted by this. When I start as a clone, this block starts when a clone is created. Each clone runs its script separately. Here, we tell the clone what action it needs to perform, that is to move, show, or hide, etc. So, we will bring the when I start as a clone block and add the hide block from the looks tab here. This is so that the clone does not appear on the screen until it reaches the correct position. And finally, the delete this clone block comes to remove the clone. We will review this entire code once. The code starts with the when I start as a clone block. It tells what action is going to happen as soon as the clone is created. And here, what is that action? It needs to hide. Why are we hiding it? So that it only becomes visible when it reaches its correct position. When the clone comes to the correct position, we show it on the screen with a show block. Then we use the repeat until loop. The loop stop is to keep moving the shot until it touches an edge or an enemy. Inside the loop, there is a change Y by 10 block so it keeps moving upward. As soon as our fire touches an edge or an enemy, the loop ends and it hides. And finally, the entire clone is deleted. So friends, this is how we create a clone and handle its movement. Now let's go back to the rocket sprite. And here we will add when and how the fire clone will appear. From the events tab, we will bring the when keep pressed block and select space from the drop down option because that's what we will use to shoot. Then we will bring the repeat block and set its value to 2. Inside its loop, we will add the create clone of myself block and select ball, our fire sprite. And below that, a wait block will come. We will set the time to 0.5 seconds. This means whenever we press the space bar, 2 bullets will fire with a small time difference of 0.5 seconds between them. Let's test it. Now let's move towards the enemy coding. First, the when flag click block will come. We want its position to be anywhere on the horizontal line, but it should always come from top to bottom. For this, we will bring the go to XY block from the motion tab. For Y, we will put 170, so it comes from top to bottom. But for X, we will go to the operators and bring the pick random block. We will put both values minus 200 for left and 200 for right. And after reaching this position, it should show. So we will add the show block. Now we want the enemy to always come from top to bottom. And whenever it reaches the bottom, it should reappear from the top at a random position. For this, we will add the change y block and set the value to minus 5. Why minus 5? Because it needs to come from top to bottom. Then we will add an if then block. Inside it from the operators tab, we will add the less than block. In the left side, we will put the y position block from the motion tab. And on the right side, we will put the value minus 170. Below that, we will add the same go to x and y block with same values as before. Now we will put this entire block into a forever loop so this process keeps repeating. And we will join it with the rest of the coding. Let's test it first. We want that when we fire, the enemy disappears. For this, we will bring the if then code block and inside it from sensing tab, we will bring the touching block. In this, we will choose ball, our fire sprite. And after that, we will bring the hide code block. Now, after being shot, we want it to reappear after a short delay. For that, we will add a wait block and set its value to 0.1 or 0.5 seconds as you like. And below that, we will add the show block. Now, after showing, it should again come from top to bottom. For that, go to X and Y code block will come again here with the same settings as before. Let's test it. Our game is almost complete here, but let's add some final touches to make our game even better. How about a sound when the enemy is shot? For that, from the sound tab, we will take the start sound and place it below the if touching block. So the sound plays only when the enemies are hit by the shot. Let's also keep a score. For that, from variables tab, we will click on make a variable and name it score. We will select for all the sprites and add it to our code. We will go to the rocket sprite and bring the when flag click block and from variables, we will select set score to 0 from drop down menu. We will set the value to 0, meaning whenever the game starts, the score should start from 0. We will go to the enemy sprite and bring the change score by 1 block. We will place it below the start sound block and set the value to 1. So whenever an enemy is hit, 1 point will be added to the score. Let's add one more variable. If the enemy touches the ground 5 times, meaning we miss shooting it, the game should be over. For this, we will create another variable and name it lives lost. We will go back to the rocket sprite and add the set life lost to 0 block here and set its value to 0. In the enemy sprite, we will bring the if then code block. From the operators, we will bring the equals block. In the left side, we will put the lives lost variable. And on the right side, we put the value 5. Now, how will lives lost be counted? For that, we will bring the change life lost by 1 code block. We will fix it at this place, meaning it will count if the enemy is missed 5 times. If we miss hitting the enemy 5 times, a game over message will be broadcasted. For that, from the Events tab, bring the Broadcast Message block and here add a new message, Game Over. When the game is over, this enemy should stop moving. For that, bring the Stop All Code block and choose the This Script option. We will bring a new sprite. I have chosen the Lion sprite. We will go to its costume, edit it and erase it and add our text here. We can also change its font and color. I am adding the text Game Over. Then we will go to its coding area. Here we will add when flag clicked and below it the hide block because we don't need it at the start of the game. After that we will add another code block when I receive message and from the drop down we will select Game Over. And below that we will add the show block. So when 5 lives are lost, a message will be broadcast the game is over and when it receives that signal the sprite will show. Finally we will change the background. So friends, let's play it in full screen. So you see, as soon as I hit the enemy, 2 fires are happening with one shot. And when the enemy is hit, it disappears. A sound plays and the score is also counted. Now let's see what happens if we miss 5 times. So friends, how did you like this game? I hope you liked it and you will try it and enjoy it with your friends. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.